right. Let's look at quadratic functions. We'll get to look at quadratic functions, and we are going to discuss how certain functions behave. So every time you hear the quadratic function, is something that is in this form. F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is what we call a quadratic function. All right. So now when this a here, if this a is greater than 0, all right, remember that a shouldn't be equal to 0. But if that a is greater than 0, that means our graph, all right, will come out like this. All right, will come out like this. So, whoa, my goodness. Our graph will come out like this. All right, or our parabola. All right, remember the graph of a quadratic function is also referred to as parabola or parabola. It's parabola or parabola. So our parabola will come out like this. Some tell me to be at a smiley face. Okay, only if our a is greater than 0. By greater than 0, talking about 1 going up, 1 going all the way to the infinity in the positive side. In other words, if our a is positive, we get to have something like this. Then if our a is less than 0, that means, remember, a shouldn't be equal to 0. So if our a is negative, okay, then our parabola will come out like this. Will come out like that. I know my drawing isn't that accurate, but yeah, so it will come out like this. If our a is positive, we have such a parabola. If our a is less than 0, we have such a thing. Okay, and all these are represented by this kind of function. So for this one, let me do this. For this one, we have something like f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. But for this one, we have f of x is equal to negative ax squared plus bx plus c. That's what I mean. If our a is negative, we have something like this. If our a is positive, we have something like that. All right. Then how do we get to interpret, or how do we get to identify if the parabola will have a maximum value or minimum value? Let's check out in the next video.